Don't mind me. Facebook fucked me, so I'm just deleting that.
How to fuck you?
It doesn't let you put the links in Facebook. Oh, you got too many links. Can't share that post.
You're the king of links.
Yeah, it's like get fucked. Like Facebook is such
Link
a cunt.
king.
Yeah.
Are we broadcasting?
We might be broadcasting. Because I just got
guys.
notifications from YouTube.
Oh, there we go. Hello.
Hi.
Are we broadcasting?
Hi.
This is really behind the scenes.
Professional.
Really good.
Really
Now you say how the sausage is made, you won't want to eat it. Yeah.
But on that note,
Oh,
let's do some opening
dog's
credits
barking
just for
again.
the fun of it. Shall we?
So
Let's do some opening credits just because we should.
Talking about
All right,
links.
keep on with the theme music because, yeah, you haven't seen that before. Here we go.
That's reading a book.
And with that uber professional start out of the way, welcome to another live stream of the Hard Rock Show. This is going to be, if that's a sign of things to come, it's going to be a fucked up night. We've all sort of jumped in here last minute going, oh shit.
Yes.
And I'm hoping this thing doesn't fall down behind me because I barely tacked it up. And there's a great day at my feet. So if this goes off, it's going to be, I'm going to go that way real quick, guys. So just as if anything goes wrong, take over for a while. Which is playing with fire at the best of times, but that's all I got. How's everyone going out there? Jody says hello to everyone as always.
Hey, Jody.
Let's do the round quickly. As you can see beside me on the screen, we've been joined as always by Jeff. How you going this week, man?
I'm getting better by the week. I'm feeling much better.
Awesome.
I'm looking worse, but I'm feeling better, so it's good.
I think that's all of us every week at the moment. It's just one of those. We've had an interesting start to the year. It's been fun. Sure. On that note, on the opposite corner to me, we have Dave. How you going this week, man?
Yeah, man. I'm okay. How you doing?
I'm good. Just hoping that shit doesn't go sideways and I reenact your chair stunt from several months back.
Do it, man. Do it.
We'll see what happens. It's not in my control at this point in time, so I don't have any fucking idea what's going to happen tonight. Underneath you on the screen, we have Belle. How you going?
Hello, I'm going really well. I'm enjoying the show so far. Shenanigans.
Yeah.
I don't want you to fall over, but I'm kind of hoping something will happen as long as you're not injured.
Okay, that's gonna. If I actually end up being knocked out, you guys have to sort of do this until I come through. That's gonna be really interesting. For
We've
you
done
guys.
that before when you got kicked out of the stream, and I was
Well,
watching.
You're not watching that?
Oh yeah.
I haven't. I've watched some of it, but not all of it. And the funniest thing before is that before we went live, there was a massive thunderclap. Speaking of things that went haywire last time around, so I was like, it was a house shaker. So it should be bypassing us, but who knows what the fuck's going to happen tonight? So it'll be interesting.
Oh yeah. All right, I'm going to start googling some jokes.
Okay.
Dave's got jokes, and he is joking.
Better be prepared.
It's cool.
That's
I got
great.
some ready to go. It's all good.
All right, nice. All right, good to see you guys are prepped just in case shit goes sideways. On that note, Rowan's here. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you'll keep them all over on YouTube. Same with Michael.
buddy.
Good to see you as well.
Hello.
Hey,
Get in the
guys.
comments. Say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. And I haven't really got a question. Actually, question of the day. Just it'll get into some news segments in a second. But question of the day is, what is your favorite song from John Sykes? That can be the question of the day. I think that's a good way to, set the tone. That one.
That's
there.
cool.
Yeah.
Very good question.
Favorite song featuring John Sykes? Get in the comments. Let us know. That's that. Alrighty. Oh, if you guys want to say one, then go for it now if you want. I haven't got one on top of my head. I just winged that.
Mine is Gambler, but I think I like that Gambler off of Slide It In. Anything off that album is fucking great. I mean, there's the original version, but the US version, which he re-recorded, is just way better than the original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna jump off, or can you like get rid of me for a minute? Because I just checked my notes and my printer had a bit of a SPAC attack by the look of it. So they're
I haven't heard that expression in years.
So
Yeah, I know.
it's not pepcac.
It's bad, whatever it's called. So I'm just gonna have to reprint some of the pages.
If anyone's wondering,
So,
pepcac
yeah.
stands for problem exists between chair and keyboard.
No.
glad you know that more than I do, man, 'cause
Definitely not. No.
What?
I'm very good at printing stuff.
Okay. I bet you are.
Usually.
All right. Well,
Sorry, Bill.
Belle, do you want me to kick you or do you just want to jump out? How do you want to do this one? Oh, fuck.
Just get rid of me and I'll just stay online.
I'll remove you from the studio, but it's funny here. Before you do get out, all right, Kat's going, hey, guys, good to see you, Kat, as always. But here's the fun part. Here's the fun part. Rowan's going, no, make Belle read her notes as printed.
That would be, that's a set. Yeah, that's good.
There's a nice challenge.
Yeah.
Terry's here going, hi, guys. All right, Belle, I'm going to let you off the hook. I'm going to remove you from
Thank you.
You can go and do your thing. And then, but we might just get you to try and give us a brief passage out of your spaz attack printing just to see if we can.
Well, look, the printing hasn't gone weird. It's just like it's just kind of taken paragraphs and decided to move them around and like it's all legible. Like for instance, if you want, it's kind of
solo mode.
Just decided to print half a line instead of a whole page. So yeah, fun.
Really good.
That's good. That'll help. All right, I'll let you out for now, and I'll go through some things here with the audience and Hot Rocks, and that, and we'll come back and we'll get your thoughts as soon as you're ready to go. All right.
Okay. Thank you, Andrew.
All right. Have fun. All right. Well, Belle goes and takes care of that. Like I said before, Terry's here. Michael's here also. Good to see you guys. Thank you for jumping in. Jolie's here. Hi, all. Good to see you, Jolie. Hopefully having a good night as well. I was going to say my song for Sykes would be probably Valley of the Kings, actually, from Blue Murder.
From Blue Murder. Yeah. Good song.
It's one of my favorites. So get in the comments your favorite Sykes song. Just in memory of him doing passing away, obviously, this week. All right, let's quickly. I'll jump around a bit, then I'll go to Hard Rock Happenings just while we do this. Then we'll come back to Hot Rocks and sort of roll through a bit. So I'll do the Hard Rock Happenings part first. So obviously, on this note, as we go through things here, John Sykes of Thin Lizzy, Whitesnake, and more has passed away at the age of 65 from cancer. So just on that note, our sincerest condolences to his family and all that knew and loved him, his fans. It's always a shame when these things happen, and there's no nice way to do these things, but unfortunately it is the way of the world, and so we just want to pass on our condolences to all that knew and loved him. And rest in peace, John Sykes. One hell of a legacy of music, and I'm sure that people have been and will be spinning it for many, many years to come. On another sort of downer note, not that it strictly affects us per se, but it's more of another symptom in what we've talked about in the past in the ailing live music scene, is that Splendor in the Grass have announced they won't be returning in 2025. So it's another big festival that's sort of struggling. They're saying they'll be back bigger and better when the time is right, whatever the fuck that means. So we'll see what happens in that regard. But for now, no Splendor in the Grass, which means the festival circuit is now diminishing rapidly as things turn out. On to more positive news, though. Burning Witches, an all-female metal group, have announced their first ever Australian tour coming up in May 2025, playing Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. So it's an East Coast tour. But I'm very excited to see they're actually making their trip out here. So these smaller tours are still going ahead, but just the bigger ones are starting to struggle. But on that note, on a more niche thing, all of Knotfest's side shows have been announced. There are quite a lot of them. I'm not going to go through them all here. You can go and look them up as always, but it's just a PSA, just in case you missed it. All the side shows for Knotfest have been announced. So if anything there floats your boat, get around it. What do we got here? Guru's here saying, greetings, rockers across the plane. Good to see you as always, our friend. Hopefully you're keeping well over there too. On to the release list. There's a few coming out. Just going to highlight a few here for the release list coming out on the 24th. So tomorrow as we do this one. August Burns Red are doing Thrill Seeker 20th Anniversary Edition. Ecstasy have got Withering Tides. Bumblefoot has Bumblefoot Returns. So there's one for everyone out there. The Ferryman, which features Mark Romeo and a lot of other people in there, have their new album called Iron Will coming out. Harakiri for the Sky have Scorched Earth. What do we got here? Voidfallen have Rituals of Resilience. Vardruna have their new album called Burner, and they're coming out here very shortly as well, actually, so they're not far away. Well, Belle's actually physically left the room. That's well done. And there's a few other ones out there as well. Next week looks like an even bigger week. I think it's going to be one of the biggest ones for a while. I think, if I'm correct, Dream Theater drop their new album next week.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And then Adventation the week after, I think.
Yeah. The Thin Lizzy acoustic album was originally slated for today. It's been pushed out to May, I think.
May. Yeah.
So just for people curious about that one as well. That's been in the background, kicking around for a bit. Alrighty. Let's go back up to the usual part of the show and let's go over Hot Rocks here because this is going to be interesting because obviously this is the first one for the year, but it also means there's some carryover from last year because we can't just have a completely clean slate because we've sort of established a pattern and a trend. So this is going to be, I can't wait to see certain faces when this one goes through. But first things first, let's go with the new songs that have been added to Tastemakers this week. We have Al, Melbourne artist Al, with his new single Through the Water. Avantasia, Against the Wind is in there. Fang Slinger with Blood Curse, nominated by Cat. Envy of None, Stygian Waves. Majestica, A Story in the Night. On My Command, The Thunder King is there as well. Another Melbourne? I'm not sure if it's Melbourne, but it's an Australian metal band anyway. Rob Favoto, another Australian artist, is in there with Cosmic Metal Stories. Terramaze, again, another one. I picked this one this week. So Terramaze, their new EP of the same name is out now. So if you like that, go and check out the song Desire, Colors and Lust. Also, Those Damn Crows are in the mix of things again with a new single this time around called No Surrender. And guess who nominated it? It was Vinny. And Michael nominated Tigress with their song Save Yourself. So that's what's in Tastemakers this week. If you want to get around it, check out our Patreon page to get involved in the voting there. So now we move over to the results of this thing. And like I said, there is some carryover from last year, so we'll see what happens. So coming in at number 10 this week is It's a Most Wonderful Time for a Beer, still from Ablaze, that Christmas tune they released last year. It just made the final cut. It was number 3 last time around, number 10 this week. Number 2 last time round was, speaking of Terramaze, they were there at number 2 last time round. They're down to number 9 this week with Bullet to a Pharaoh, which means number 1 last week was Audio Rain. They're in number 8 this week with their cover of Rocket Man, just to keep things moving along there. Nominated by Vinny, we had Memphis Mayfire, Hell is Empty, coming in at number 7. So well done for that one there. I put in the Omnific Full Circle, which was making it to number 6 this week, which is cool. Jeff will be having some thoughts on that song in a little bit.
Yeah.
Those Damn Crows, Let's Go Psycho. You can blame Vinny. It's still in there. Got to number 7 last time around. It's hovering at number 5 for now. I'm pretty sure it'll get knocked out soon enough, though. Cat nominated 6th Century Tidal Wave, which is assigned to Belle for Hot Rocks. So we'll get her thoughts on this one shortly. That came in number 4, which means number 3 was Andy Arthur Smith and Stevic MacKay, Get a Little Dopamine, which was assigned to Dave this week. So we'll get his thoughts shortly. And number 2 was Nothing More, Angel Song, another holdover from last time around. It was number 4 last time. It's still doing very well. It's jumped up to number 2. But number 1, our friends from across the Tasman, Alien Weaponry with Moko. Their brand new single from the upcoming 3rd album of theirs was the number 1 track by a fucking straight this week, actually. And it's cool because I'll get to cover that song off in the Hot Rocks segment in a moment. I'm going to ask Belle to give me a thumbs up if she's good to go there in the room. Yep. All right, cool. We'll bring Belle back in. There we go. We've padded and made things work out for you.
Oh, welcome back.
Belle's back.
Thank you. I think the problem was that it ran out of paper halfway through printing that document, and
that fucked it all up.
It doesn't like the last couple of pages, and I didn't notice it because I knew that I had to refill the tray when I went down to collect it. Anyway, this is very interesting office administration talk here. Gets me excited, but maybe not everyone.
Whatever floats your boat, Belle. There'll be no judgment in here. This is a safe space for all
I'm
things.
sure I'm not alone. Someone out there.
Yep.
All right. On that note, Vinny's here. Good to see you, Vinny.
Hey, Vinny.
Talking about you, your ears must have been burning because early evening, lads. Early start. Someone shit the bed. We're starting early now. I don't know if I mentioned it last week officially or not, but we are starting at 8:30 now. I don't think I mentioned it in the end. I was planning to, and then I didn't, and it was just the first week back, so knocking some rust off. We're starting 8:30 now, not 9 o'clock.
Surprise!
Hi, we're here.
Surprise,
We'll catch you later on whatever you missed. Anyway, we'll see how things go. Alrighty, we've done all the other stuff. Let's get fucking hell, dog. Don't you knock that over. Anyway, let's see. Dave, let's get your thoughts on your song we've changed things up for Hot Rocks. We've gone back to assigning songs. We have some caveats where if people really don't want to do something or they really do want to do something, we'll do some negotiation behind the scene. But generally speaking, we're assigning people songs now to get their thoughts on things. Not looking for hate reviews, just looking to keep things a bit simpler overall. Dave got the Andy Arthur Smith song with Stevic MacKay called Get a Little Dopamine. It's the first, or the latest, sorry, from Stevic MacKay, and I think it's his first taste of what he's been doing since 12 Foot Ninja folded. For this one, he's teamed with, I believe, the American artist, a vocalist, Andy Arthur Smith. So he's got quite a following on TikTok alone, a few million there. So this could hopefully do some cool things for Stevic. But anyway, let's get Dave's thoughts on the song. There are reference tracks to everything we're talking about in the description box, folks. I'm going to put a link in the comments as we go through tonight, too.
Yeah, this is a different type of song. Not something I would choose to listen to, but I guess it's good for what it is. It's all well done. They can certainly play and can certainly write a song. I get the social commentary within the lyrics. There's a lot of changes and different styles within this 2.5 minutes, and it works with the theme of what they're going for. From funky to electro drums to drums that might identify as metal. It all seems to flow really well. I'm really not into the whole screwball humor style of music. I never did like bands like Mr. Bungle. It just didn't appeal to me. I might take music too seriously, but obviously I'm a very serious person. Everything is well done. It's just not to my taste. I'll give it 6 for overall accomplishment. So
okay,
6
cool.
shots. Do
the rounds quickly. Jeff, any shots on this one?
Oh yeah, look, it's a really nice song. I thought it was good. Anyway, I enjoyed it. It's a bit just different, kind of common. I don't know. Maybe that's too.
It could be. It could be very common, but it's different for us because I was asked while I was reviewing this, "What the hell are you listening to?" I'm like, it's my song up in the sun. The reply was, "How the fuck is this rock?"
Look, but at the same time, they're very talented. There's no question.
Yeah, there's no denying that. There's instruments, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. So I liked it for what it was, but like I like I'm a fan of that other band. I know it's getting it off topic that no 4 Foot Ninja, but this is what's the name of that band I like that everyone else fucking hated, but I thought they were good.
Oh, the one from Tassie last
year. No, not them. Dirty Loops.
That's right. Yeah, okay.
Very strange. I fucking great, but yeah. But anyway, so this was different. I liked it. So it's getting. I'm going to give it 7 shots.
All right, cool. Let's make it simple. Let's do a quick. I don't know. Let's keep it simple and keep moving. Just do a quick thumbs up, thumbs down, and just a brief. You don't have to give it shots if you haven't listened to it kind of thing. But Belle, thumbs up, thumbs down on that one. Your thoughts quickly?
Not my bag.
Yeah.
Well executed, funky, but wouldn't play it again. But that's personal taste thing.
Yep. Cool. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I enjoyed it a lot, actually. But I've been a raging fan of 12 Foot Ninja and their work for a while. So it gave me sort of the right kind of feels of having that kind of bombastic music back. So I know it's not the same as 12 Foot because it's not the whole band, but there was something about it that was still pretty cool to me. So it was cool to get that vibe back. Alrighty. Next song on the list is Jeff with the Omnific Full Circle. I'm going to quickly check comments here before we do that. Guru's gone. Rest in peace, John Sykes. Saw him frontman lead guitar with Lizzy London 2003. Wow.
Oh, nice.
That would have been fucking phenomenal. Cool. Yeah. We did cover that earlier on, but nicely done. Well said, Guru. Rowan says, I like this one. Interested to hear the album. So that's on the way too. Oh, there's a full album. Okay. I'm very curious about that one. Next one, though, is the Omnific Full Circle, which was assigned to Jeff. After a busy 2024, this Melbourne band has shown no signs of slowing down, apparently. This is the latest from the instrumental group that we know and love so well. Jeff and I both loved the album last year. So, Jeff, over to you.
Yeah, look, this song, I heard this song, I guess, a week or two ago. I saw it came up in my feed, right, on YouTube.
Yep.
So I listened to it, and then I was so stoked that I was going to get a chance to talk about it here again. It was given to me. So, look, there's no, what can I say about these guys that hasn't already been said? I don't know.
Yeah.
Unbelievable musicians. And I mean, you got the bass. Everyone loves the bass, but the drummer too. Oh my gosh, that drummer is just a monster. And in fact, I think he's so underrated. That dude, like,
I think
because
he pivotal.
He gets obviously the bass is the focus, right? So, but I think and in this song in particular, there's an interlude in the middle where the bass and the drums are playing off, and I wish I'd marked the times when it happens, but it's as good as anything I've heard. just fucking unbelievable. It gave me goosebumps. I was just wow. I had to go back and listen to it again. I'm like, yep, that's a good sign. You know, because when you don't have lyrics, you have to make up for it, and that they more than make up for in this. So unbelievable. I just think the musicianship is just absolutely top notch, and the sound quality is great. The production is, it's not overstated. It's tastefully done, very well done. Everything you hear, everything, and I don't think anyone can listen to these guys and go, "Oh, they're good," but I really wish they had a guitar player, because you're getting something that sounds kind of like guitar, you know, at the same time, which is very cool, very very cool. So, I'm going to give this 9 shots. I thought this was an exceptional song. Yeah,
cool. All right, Dave, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs up. Yeah, absolutely. Omnific rule. Fucking great band.
Completely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go thumbs up too. Thumbs up for me. I fucking completely agree. Belle.
Double.
Yeah. Nice. All right. On that note, we're going to throw to Belle with her assignment this week, which is 6th Century with Tidal Wave. Before we do, quickly check the comments. Greg's here going, hola, good to see you. Hopefully you're keeping well too. We're back at it. Vinny says, I'm keen to get into the Omnific. There's enough there to explore for someone who hasn't heard of anything of this. Mate, I reckon you'll actually be in for a hell of a treat.
Dude,
you will be happy.
Rip that band off.
My kids like them too.
Fucking amazing, man.
I don't know anyone that doesn't like him, to be honest. I think they're one of those all-rounder perennial things. That's just they're just so talented. Everyone goes, what the fuck? Yeah, absolutely.
I let my buddy who was just here from Canada listen to them, and he was like, wow, they're talented boys. And he said the same thing I did, that the drummer, you know, the drummer is just unbelievable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll heap praise for as long as we can, but we've got to move on. But yeah, Vinny, check out the Omnific and let us know how you go, please do. All right, Belle, 6th Century Tidal Wave. This is the latest single from the Pennsylvania band. Kat has been championing them with us for quite some time now.
Yes.
So even though it's just technically a 2024 release, I did it dropped during our little break, so I've let this one sort of go through it and have another go at it. I'm not entirely sure, but they've had a lineup change, so I think this might be the first since that happened. I'm not entirely certain about that. Kat can correct me if she sees me or hears that one. But anyway, Belle, 6th Century, Tidal Wave, how did you go?
Yes, absolutely loved it.
Nice.
I did. I loved the slow, beefy, chunky, buku heavy guitar riff in the intro. And songs that start out like that really get my attention every time. Then the verse kicks in with the vocals. I'm going to be honest here, on my first listen, I was loving it, and then when the vocals came in, it sounded a bit Nickelback-ish, and I'm like, oh,
I got James
Hetfield. A little disappointing. Really?
Yeah.
James Hetfield. Yeah, okay, I can hear that too. But no, I got Nickelback. And look, I'm just not a fan of Nickelback. I'm not saying they sounded like Nickelback. I just got that vibe.
Yeah.
But on subsequent listens, it just gelled, and I enjoyed it as a 6th Century song. Like I just kind of put that thought out of my head. I'm like, they're owning it with their catchy melodies, and like he's a great vocalist. And look, sounding like Chad Kroger's no diss anyway, because he's a great singer. They're just not my cup of tea. Actually, if Nickelback were a cup of tea, then 6th Century would be like an Irish coffee. They're just like,
that's a good analogy.
Well done. I like that.
So that's cool. That's where it's sitting. Anyway, getting back on track. There were some growly vocals in there, which pleasantly surprised me. I wasn't expecting that. I'm like, yes, I would have liked more of those, but that's just the kind of thing that appeals to me.
Yeah.
I thought it just lifted the dynamic of the song, and it suited it. Anyway, so they packed in quite a few. Tricks is the wrong word, but I can't think of anything else.
That they chucked in there.
That things that bands do, things that I've noticed, like a modern songwriting structure isn't your verse, chorus, bridge.
Yeah,
it's not often like that anymore. They kind of throw in these other things, like they did the pregnant pause, and then everyone came back in, and where the music pulls back and the vocals kind of just stand out, like all those things, but they just did it seamlessly and they did it so well, and it just made the song, I don't know, just it moved along. I think it was a 4-minute song, but it kind of just flew by because it was diverse within itself. I enjoyed it. I could be wrong about the time, but I don't think it was
4 minutes 54, so just under 5.
Oh wow! Well, it just was gone like that. So because I just kept repeating it because I was really enjoying it, and I was sort of writing notes down. But yeah, the more I listened to it, the more I loved it. It's a real grower. Production first rate. I can't fault them there. I thought the bass, just the way the bass kind of popped out, was done really well. I thought that kind of just shone through. It just added to the chunkiness as well.
Yeah. Chunky is the word for it, I reckon. Yeah.
Yeah, it was chunky. With, I don't know. Chunky.
So chunky you can carve it. Anyway.
Oh wow.
Yes. So it's a can of chum and an Irish coffee.
And a chum.
That's a combination you don't get every day.
That's because you don't want it every day. Holy fuck.
No, I don't want chum.
The current affair pension is special. Anyway. Anyway.
Oh. Do you know? Okay, I'll just get on.
That's an Aussie joke. No one out there's in America.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say someone might need to explain that to anyone who's not from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look, I think overall it will appeal to quite a broad range of people. Like I think someone like me who really gets into the heavy stuff, I got something out of it, and also people who, I don't know, like Nickelback. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to just like the softer side of things. I think they'll probably enjoy like it kind
melodies.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. I really liked it. Look, I give it a 9 out of 10.
Nice.
And I definitely got lucky with this assignment because it was my favorite of the the 4. So thank you to who it was Kat actually. Yes, thank you, Kat, for putting it forward. Great song, great band.
For the record, the assignments are random, and you guys know this, but just so the audience know as well, break the fourth wall here that the assignments are random. So we lucked out, I think, to some respects. Some of us did. Well, hopefully Dave gets better like next week. We'll see how we go. I don't know what's going to be yet. We'll find out over the weekend. Vinny's here giving a thumbs up after the feedback before. Rowan goes, question, who likes the Omnific and has 2 thumbs? A, Dave and Andrew. Yeah, well, we've been pushing this band for donkeys. So, that's it. Okay, Guru's gone. We shall build a wall around Greenland in Lego if necessary. Okay. Have fun with that.
Let's not go there.
Yeah, no, let's not. We're going to keep things fun and moving along. All right, on that note, keeping things fun and all that good stuff, I'm going to move over to, it's funny that Bell got, actually, no, quickly, thumbs up, thumbs down. Dave on 6th Century.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Awesome.
Nice. Jeff?
Oh, yes. 2 thumbs up. We've reviewed these. You guys love them. They're good.
Yeah.
Really good. Yep.
No, I'm really happy with this song. Could be my favorite song from these guys yet. So 2 thumbs from me as well. I really enjoyed it too. But keeping the fun times moving. Oh, I got one more. Jolie says, lol, Bell, yes, I liked it as a Nickelback fan, lol. There's some more love between
Jolie.
you two, between Discord and the chat here tonight. You're off to a flyer. You two are having a great one. All right. On to my favorite song of the week. So, spoiler alert, I liked this one. Alien Weaponry with Moko. If I butcher the pronunciation, I do apologize in advance. It is not my mother tongue. This is the band's lead single from the upcoming 3rd studio album, Teira, I don't know how to pronounce that, due March 28, 2025. Long-time followers of us on the show here will know or will remember just how blown away we were when the debut album 2 came out a few years back. We were just stunned. And I remember that review, just all of us talking about how just emotive the impact was and those things. And they have still managed to maintain that weight and punch to everything they do. Even if you don't understand a syllable, they have this knack of getting through to you. And this song, as far as I'm concerned, is no fucking different.
No.
It's been a love affair from day one, and it's going to keep going. I'm sorry, folks. As far as I'm concerned, this is picked up right where they left off with the last album they put out there. With one exception, I think this has probably got the band's biggest hook, which is a surprise little thing to me. That chorus was like a, whoa, hang on. And the way they changed it up they're a band that if you listen to them and you pay attention, they're always exploring and trying to find ways to expand their sound. This a really cool little string to their bow. Don't know if I want a whole album of that, but I think it works really well with what they did here. Just a bit of a surprise, which is pleasant. The use of the melody and the groove is always fantastic. With that little moment in the chorus on this song in particular was just on point for me. Aside from that, you got riffs, rhythm, melody, all those things you love here. That's part of the band's trademark sound. But these guys, in the mother tongue of the Maori language, they do such a good job of storytelling. Like I said, even if you don't understand a single syllable, which none of us can profess to do, I believe anyway, you still understand, especially when you get the visual like the video, you understand what's going on, you get the emotive impact of it, and it's just, I don't know, there's no other band like it, and they just are so exceptionally good at what they're doing. They're young, and fuck, if these guys are the next sort of Slayer, Sepultura kind of band that keeps that sort of side of music alive for the next 20, 30 years, then awesome. It's in great hands, you know. Like I said, they get the story across, they get the point across, and the way this one closed at the end, particularly the video, sort of just cuts through to you really nice as well. It was a really nice sort of touch the way they changed things from past to present and move things along. Especially in context with a little blurb at the start about what the song's all about and that, and how it just sort of sets a tone for you, and just sort of, it really does. The way this band combines visuals and sound is incredibly well done, and it's a testament to New Zealand on the whole overall, because I believe they have some sort of, every time they have a video, there's some sort of government agency type thing that pops up as a watermark toward the end. And the way New Zealand champion their music is a lesson that we here in Australia can definitely fucking learn from. So well done on that front. This sounds great. I love the mix on this one too. This has me so damn pumped for the album coming up. They're always contenders in our top 10s every time they release something, and I think, you know, I'm keen to see where this year goes. But like I said, they're always growing, they're always expanding. I think this is one of those songs that was mentioned, like Sixth Century, for example, where it'll please old school fans of this band that have been following them for a while. But that hook, that chorus will be more than enough to bring more people to the band, which is going to be great for everyone involved in this and for the community of this music in general. If you want something different that still leans heavily into the sort of, it's different, but it's still eerily familiar no matter when you listen to it. Whatever album you choose, whatever song you choose, go for it. This is a band that you have to add to your music catalog, because you will feel at home very quickly, even though it's a bit different. If you get the chance, see them live as well. They're absolutely phenomenal live. They go off. I love this. If you like metal with melody, this is for you. I'm giving this 9 shots, 2 thumbs up, whatever the fuck else you want to do it. I loved it to bits. Dave, how about you?
Fuck yeah, it gets 2 horns. I think they just get better and better. Band's fantastic. They started great and they get better and better.
Yep, completely agree. Jeff?
Yeah, I loved it, and absolutely 2 thumbs up, 2 fucking horns, whatever. It deserves it. The riff, that fucking riff right at the beginning, the guitar, it blows your fucking face off. I had that cranked, and I was just like, oh my God, this is awesome. So fucking yeah, I love that.
Well, Jeff, bookmark that, because remember, riff of the year is a thing at the end of the year. So,
yes, remember. I'll tell you what, that could be there. Could be
off an early start. Belle, your thoughts?
Yes. Loved it. Awesome. Score 9 out of 10.
Nice.
2 thumbs up.
Beautiful.
Chunky.
Nice.
How do you like your metal? Chunky.
Chunky. So chunky you can carve it. All right. Rowan says, love this one. If all the songs are on the album are this good and varied, then I'll buy it. Wow, that's high praise there. Nice one, Rowan.
Yeah.
Kat says, awesome. Yes, Sixth Century have a new drummer. I think he stepped up well. Thanks, guys. We'll let them know. Most welcome. Thank you for putting it forward to us, actually. Michael says, no captions on clip. No idea what lyrics are saying. They look angry. Could be happy. Who knows?
But who cares?
I still think they get it across. Rowan says, I wonder what Aboriginal metal would sound like. The closest you've got at the moment is Southeast Desert. Check out that band. Give them a go. They're really good. Oh God, Michael, Aboriginal which country? Oh, we got technically correct term. Vinny says, kind of gives me the Who vibes with a tinge of a tribal sound. Yeah, I reckon actually the Who with Alien Weaponry would be a fucking kick-ass gig.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
It would be.
That would be phenomenal. Make it happen, people. God, okay. Vinny says, thumbs up. Simon's gone. You unfriended me. Thank you, Andrew. We're getting tired of your biased reviews. Well, thanks for that, but I didn't unfriend anyone. Facebook deleted my account. So that's what happened there. Facebook deleted my account.
Suck it up, princess.
But whatever it's worth, sorry, but yeah, Facebook deleted my account. I don't have any friends on Facebook, so there's that. Think of that what you will. There we go. All right, on to Backyard Banger. Time to bring back that segment of the show with a good segue there. We're going to put a link in there with a song called Starcrazy, and the song is Nighttime. I'm going to do Backyard Banger this week, so I've got the extra assignment. This is the album is Starcrazy, self-titled. It's the debut album from the Sydney band, released October 2024 independently. Not a band we knew a lot about, or I didn't anyway, to be honest. And this came to my awareness because they polled really quite well in the Audience Choice Top 10 of 2024. They just missed out on making the top 10, not by a lot, actually. So they did really well. So I thought, okay, well, we should generally go and check out this band that did quite well. They launched in 2020, have played some very nice support slots if you go through their bio. And aside from this album, have quite a few singles, EPs, and other stuff to check out as well. So if you like this, there's plenty more to dig through. So feel free to go for it. There's, for me, quite a lot to take in here. This one starts off almost channeling sort of Guns N' Roses, their version of Sympathy for the Devil, the way the sort of the drumming at the start, that pattern start sort of comes in there.
I wish you didn't say that.
Hey?
I wish you didn't say that. I don't want to have that connection, because that's possibly the worst thing Guns N' Roses ever did.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. It was just that it only lasts for like 30 seconds. Okay, we'll go to David Lee Roth, Eat 'Em and Smile. That may be a better one for you. Then.
Go with that.
Okay?
That's better.
Go with that. But anyway, this from that little start, debate where you want to get the influence from, but this goes into so many styles and sounds that have been attributed to all the reviews in that album over the days. Like, there's such a wild journey on this album. It's actually kind of cool. This oozes attitude and youthful exuberance from beginning to end. Great riffs, hooks for days on this one. But there's some fantastic lead work in this as well, with all the flash you're looking for. I love the lead work on this one. Between the, along with that though, you got the bass, the drums, all those things, the rhythms. That this whole thing just has this wonderful energy that's infectious and just doesn't let you go from beginning to end. I like the mix on this one. I think it's a really good sound to it. Between the style of music and the production they've got going on, this sort of throws you back to a simpler time where life was, fun with effortless ease. It's like, your summer fun drinking days kind of thing. This is one of those ones that takes you to a happy place. And on top of all that, you've actually got some neat lyrical work, which tells the stories of these songs really nicely. Good twists and turns across it. I love all the old school influences that come across in this one too. Like they're leaning into it well. They're still, everything's fresh, but they've just got that vintage, and they've made that walking the line between sort of, going too far and just showing the influences and giving you that touchstone moments when you listen to something. They've done that incredibly well. They really nailed that part of it for mine. Got great rumble, great grit in there, some cool panning in there too. And I love sort of the tempo change, not only from song to song, but also within the songs. This album flies by to listen to. And while it's all, as you might expect, sort of based in the blues with a lot of this sort of stuff, this has some serious bite at exactly the right moment. Some of these riffs that come in are like, holy fuck, like this, there are some real genuine ball terror moments. It's like, okay, cool. You've got a really good spread of different content going on here. This all stays with you long after it's gone as well. Like, I think it's catchy, memorable, fun. This really is sort of a killer album from top to bottom. But for all this sort of stuff, talk about the energy and how up-tempo and how much fun it is, they write some good softer stuff too. There is fun, but what they've done here with that is use the fun to disguise some darkness and also some really earnest, heartfelt lyrics at the moments here as well. So they've done a really good job of the Velvet Sledgehammer kind of effect. They've gloved the blow and made it feel softer than it actually is. When you pay attention to lyrics, there's a lot more going on there than you might expect. On those softer tracks, things like, acoustic or a more acoustic overall tone, and those elements work well for them too. You could get the impression that they could pull off an acoustic set just as easily. They can pull off as a full live electric set just as easily. So talented, everything's there. The songs are perfect too for that regard. There's something to be said for not overcomplicating things. These guys show that well here, while also showing off quite clearly how much talent they've got within the group too. So they've done that really nicely. But there's lots of attention to little things, especially in the production, panning, layering, that kind of stuff. But along with the tones and the way they've written the songs, presented them, everything is just, the table is set. This is a great launching pad, and hopefully from this point forward, they can sort of just take their wings and fly. For everything else, there's even a little bit of funk in this one as well. There's a bit of everything. They've packed a lot in just under 40 minutes here. I've got to give a special shout out to the song, though, Ballad of Philip J. Fry. starting off with harmonics that are sort of reminiscent of Van Halen kind of stuff to craft a song based on a Futurama character is neatly done. That's a first for me. I haven't come across that yet doing the hard rock show in all these years, so points for originality there. I could go on and on, but I won't. Basically, if you like anything from Guns N' Roses, Slash, Ace Frehley, Motley Crue, through to David Lee Roth, and other Aussie bands like Shotgun Mistress that we talk about here on the show every week, this is an album you need to give a spin yesterday. I'll be keeping an eye out for much more from these guys in the future as well, and I'll be revisiting this album very, very often. I gave this 8 shots for me, but I feel that'll grow as time goes on. It's only been the first week listening to it. But for that said, tracks like The Fire, Going Underground, Nighttime, Ain't That Crazy, Fanzine, and more are all standouts in this one. There's no dud moments here. It's a great album from beginning to end. Loved it to bits, so check it out and let us know what you think. On that note, let's do the rounds as always. Dave, let's throw to you. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree pretty much with everything you just said, especially like a throwback to a fun time where everything's just rock and roll fun, drinking and summer fun. I wish there was more music like this, actually. It's just refreshing and it takes you away from the shit of real life. I also give it 8 shots. It took me a minute to recognize him in the band photo. Do you recognize anyone?
Oh, hang on.
Maybe not. Yeah. You never saw them live, man, but the guitarist is from Cults of Vice.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this is quite different to what he did in that band. So it's really expanded on what he's capable of. So that was cool to get that little comparison. But yeah, this is a cool album. I liked it.
Nice. All right. Phil, let's go to you.
Yeah. This shit gets you out of your chair and moving. Innovatively crafted songs with enough familiarity to feel comfortable and yet hold the excitement of fresh new sound. So as each song closed out, I was excited to hear what they were going to do next because it was also diverse. Like you just got something a bit different with each song. Production was bright and crisp and I thought brought out the best in these songs. I give it an 8 out of 10 because I need to leave them room for growth.
Nice.
Nice.
Good.
Very
cool. All right, Jeff, lucky last.
Yeah, well, thank you. Look, I really like this, guys, as well. And I'm glad you mentioned Ace Frehley because I really got an Ace Frehley vocal vibe happening here. Did you get that as well? I'm listening and going, holy shit, this is Ace Frehley early stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so I saw what Alice Cooper said. He said retro vibe with a hint of Rush. Now, I got the retro. I didn't get any of the Rush.
I didn't get Rush. Yeah.
I didn't get Rush either. So I'm not sure but I'm glad they put it there. That's kind of cool, you know?
Yeah.
People are going to go, what? Maybe that was just to get people interested.
Maybe. Or it could be referencing the previous EP work as well. We don't know. So
maybe. I don't know. I didn't get any Rush, but very good band. I really like them. And yeah, fresh. They've got that retro vibe, as Alice said. And yet at the same time, it sounds quite fresh. And as Dave said, I wish more bands were doing this. It's got that energy, something about like a throwback from another time, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I wish that. So I'm going to give this 8 shots as well. Really good.
Nice. There we go. Unanimous score all around. Now I have set things up here. Now I don't know if I put the assignments in the paperwork I gave you guys, so I'm going to just list them off here anyway. And feel free to swap because there might be one here that may want to be swapped. I don't know. But Belle, you're up next week with Mammal and the Penny Drop. Then Dave, you get Tarot, the Tasmanian band, I believe, with Glimpse of the Dawn. And then Jeff, after that, you get Anna, The Art of Letting Go. These ones have sort of got some mentions in the top 10 polling. So we haven't visited those ones at all. So we'll go and give them a crack over the coming weeks. So that's everyone's assignments coming up. But I'll have those in the usual release bit for you guys, the news behind the scenes here. Cool. So get involved in the comments there. Let us know what you think when you check out that. There's a link in there for a song. Anyway. Yeah. All righty. Wow, we are bang on time with the schedule I set up. That's a fucking first, even though I had to fluff around.
See, we are professional.
I know, right? Wow, I'm sort of sitting there going, shit, okay, it's 9:20 and it's 9:20. All right, on to Fretboard Feud. And while I say that, Belle's doing something. What that is. Anyway, for those
Sorry, I just didn't want to unplug my headphones. I just want to get my drink bottle, which is over on my couch.
All right, yeah.
This is going well. All right, let's get into Fretboard Feud. This is the weekly game we play where we do things like we either build a band or have some fun or whatever, and it's usually build a band or like we are doing at the moment. We go through a discography and have some fun with things in that regard. So what we're doing now is we're going through the Thin Lizzy discography, all of them. And last week we got to start with the self-titled album. And just to recap that quickly here, as we do things, we all go through, we pick one song from the album as our song when it's our turn to do so. We rotate through a draft order. Whoever goes last in the previous week gets to go first, and you each sort of give everyone the best shot. Then we ask the audience on TikTok, YouTube, and Patreon about which song they think is the best of the bunch on the album, and then we sort of collate those results and then score ourselves out accordingly to who's got the most popular song and so on and so forth. Bit of fun, bit of stupidity, and we just sort of see how things play out. But on this one here, last week for the self-titled debut album, Bell went first and chose Raygun. I went second and took Look What the Wind Blew In. Jeff went third and took Honesty Is No Excuse. And Dave brought in the close of the round last week with Return of the Farmer's Son. Now, it's interesting to note here that there's really only 2 scores to note. One of those is that Jeff actually came out on top with 50 points for Honesty Is No Excuse. So well done to Jeff. You picked the winner.
Awesome.
Surprise. But the rest of us are tied. The rest of us are tied. So for the rest of us, it's 30 points apiece. So it's not like it's a massive split. The rest of us just got the same equal number of votes, and we just sort of split things up from there. So 30 points each for all of us. So we'll see how things go this week. So very simple recap for last week as we are having to do this time around. But let's see how things move on. Alrighty, so time for week number 2, which means we're going to go through Thin Lizzy, Shades of a Blue Orphanage. There is a link to the track Buffalo Girl in the description and in the chat there as you go through things. And we're going to just cycle off, pick our song, give some brief thoughts, and go through our songs in order. And Dave, you get to start us off because you went last week.
Yeah. As much as I love Thin Lizzy, I've always thought this album is unremarkable. It's not that it's bad, just that it doesn't seem to kick out of first gear. It's one feel all the way through, and I know they can do better. They do better. I know that, and they did better on their first album. I think when we did the Thin Lizzy discography 10 years ago, whenever it was, the first time I said very talented band, looking for direction on their first album. And I started the review for this one saying that they found a direction. Unfortunately, it's the wrong one.
It's the same thing you said last time around, exactly word for word.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I remember that, and I still feel exactly the same way. Not a terrible album by any means. Phil is very, very talented in his lyric writing. It's just that the songs themselves aren't diverse enough to make it remarkable. There's no real standout, just one level of good. But I'll pick Shades of a Blue Orphanage. Nice way to close the album with the title track.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. Let's make a note of that. Alrighty. So which means that Belle, you get to go next up.
Yeah, well, I think the first track is killer. It's funky, bluesy, and ends with a fun drum solo, which is
that's a contentious thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't go for ages and ages. Not like a whole song's worth of drum solo. It just kind of, I don't know. I enjoy it.
Nice.
And then it goes to Buffalo Girl.
Yeah.
Which I really don't like. I don't like that song at all. But then the album just kind of levels out. Like it's not bad, but it's not amazing. It's just kind of mid for the rest of it. So thanks, Dave, for not choosing the first song. So I choose.
Cool.
God, it's.
Oh, wow.
Say the rise and dear demise of the funky nomadic tribes. That's my please.
God.
I listed the whole album. That was my number 2 song.
Okay, there you go. Wow. I'm not writing that whole fucking thing out right now. I'll do it later on. Just for context here. All right, which means I get to go next. Now, like last week, I went back and revisited our previous review of this because it's on YouTube for those who want to check it out from the 8 years ago special we did. Yeah, not much has changed and it's funny how we've got different people, but the opinions so far, we've got Jeff to come afterwards, but the opinions so far are still the same as what they were, even though it's different people on the panel doing it. It's an interesting outing. It's, if anything, though, it's probably less interesting than the debut album in a lot of respects. It's not as I know that there's a lot of talk of folk, but that progressive thing that Belle really touched on last week is definitely missing more in this album. I'm not quite sure what they did with that one. More laid back, especially in the beginning, but it builds as it goes along. Good storytelling again, but also probably not quite as good as the debut. Like all those things that were really sort of stunning on the opening album, or that got your attention. Not that I don't think the opening album was a riveting release, but the ones that really got your attention, those same elements aren't quite as bright on this one. it's a funny one because in that respect, they sort of feel like they've gone backwards a little bit on the second album. Yeah. But that said, when you get toward the sort of back half or back third of the album, they start to rock things up more. And that's when it's like, okay, that's your sort of future, your sign of things to come on that one too, which is actually really interesting to think about. So you sort of get, I don't know, it's a weird one how it starts off so soft and then sort of builds, and you got these cool rocked up moments toward the end, which sort of give you those hints of what's to come. And that's where you start to get your first signs of the Thin Lizzy that most people sort of know and love as time will move on through the years yet to come. Interesting mix. Not quite sure if this one can sound good in some ways, bad in other ways. It's just not one of those ones. Depends on the how and the why of you listen to it. If it's a casual listen through some headphones, it might sound good. If you try and deep dive on it, I'm not quite sure it goes that well. It's a solid album. We haven't hit the heights, obviously, of this band yet. We're going to get to those ones. But it's another one, though, that I think I was harsher on it last time around. It's one of those ones I've also sort of come to appreciate as, your quote-unquote, mature. But yeah, it's one of those things. I don't know. I like it more now than I did earlier on, but it's still not like a go-to album or anything like that. That said, this is only a cursory list, not a deep dive, just to revisit to sort of see how we go at this time around. So I'm not sure how it would go if I was to go fully deep dive and give it a proper review again. Anyway, it's worth listening to, especially for the highlights that are here on the album. Now, that said, I've got a tricky proposition here because I'm not sure which song to go with now. I've got 3 that I really like, 2 that I like a lot. I'm like, which one of those 2 do I take?
Probably
against my better instinct. Again, because I could go a rocked up song, but I'm not. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go with Brought Down.
That's my number 3. It's a good one.
Yeah, there's something about that I think for me just sort of cuts through and is one of those moments on the album where I know it's not the most rocked up one here. There's other ones that I would choose in that regard, but that one, in light of the softer songs that are present on this album, that one still stands out and sort of rises above the rest in a lot of ways. So I'm going to take that one off the board. Which means, Jeff, we get to you to close it out. You go first next week, but this week you get to go last.
Yeah. So this was, I had not heard this album in many, many years because I don't think it stands up against some of the other stronger albums that would come later.
Yeah.
Interesting songs, and as I think Dave mentioned and you mentioned as well, you get to hear the full the poetry, I guess, for lack of better words, of Lynott. He knew how to write emotive lyrics. And so when I was listening to this, and I was thinking, well, there's no way I'm going to get this song because someone's going to take it. Speaking of emotive lyrics. And lo and behold, no one took it. So I'm going to take Sarah off the board.
Oh, wow.
Aww.
Because I think Sarah is a beautiful song, and it's not a rocker. Doesn't need to be. But it's a great song. And you can tell that it was written from a point of there's some love there, and it comes out in the lyrics. Yeah. I don't know who Sarah was, but she must have met
his grandmother.
Was it his grandmother? Okay, I didn't know that. Well, there you go. So there was some genuine love there.
Yeah, and it's funny because later on there'll be a song dedicated to his daughter of the same name. So that'll be later in the journey as we go through things. But yeah, that's really interesting. So you take Sarah. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
None of us have taken the serious rockers on this album. Like I would have thought that Babyface or
I thought of Babyface. Yeah, Babyface was on the short list. But
opening tracks is a rocker.
Oh yeah, but it's a long, like twist and turny kind of song too. Like you just want to get a more punchy one out there. I think those other ones are there, but no, it's funny. So just to quickly recap here, just to go through, Dave took the title track "Shades of Blue Orphanage." Bell took the rise and dear demise of everything else in there. I took Brought Down, and then Jeff took Sarah. So we haven't gone the rocked up tracks this time around. So it's gonna be I'm going to be really curious to see how the poll goes this week because it's going to be very interesting to see how we go against what the audience think out there in the world. So I'm very, very curious. All right, let's go here. Dan has gone. G'day, Jeff. Great to see you, mate. Hopefully,
buddy, brother from another mother. Yes.
And Michael's here saying, "Great pick, Jeff." So there you go. As a closing one, Sarah. It looks like it might get some love, but we'll see what happens in the comments as things move along. All right. Now we get to play the fun game. Now it's time for the guessing game as things go on. So, Belle, it's your turn this week. I'll quickly hear. Kat has gone. Not one of my favorite Lizzy albums, but Sarah is good. So maybe you might get some. Maybe Jeff.
I like the other version of Sarah much better.
Yeah, I think the other version is much better, but that's not obviously on this album. But we'll see what happens when we get to that one and see if anyone picks it then. Going to be very interesting. But yeah, anyway, curious. It's going to be an interesting poll this week. But anyway, moving along, guessing game time, where each week we decided basically to hand this over to one of us and go, here you go, do what you want. And Dave's got plans for next week. I know that. So I'm like, here we go. So I'm waiting to see what the fuck happens.
Foreshadow.
Belle sort of started this trend of whatever the fuck goes in through your head can sort of happen because she started bringing props and all sorts of great goodies to this one. So you kind of set the bar. So I don't know what you're going to do this time around, Belle. If it's going to be a standard, here's some questions and answer kind of stuff, or if you're going to do something. But anyway, the floor is yours, Belle. The guessing game segment of the show is yours. What are you going to challenge us to this week?
Yes, well, I did go rogue, and I'm not going to do that every time. But I did do something outside of the normal, parameters that we had set ourselves, and I did something a little different. And I was thinking about the show's catchphrase, "Drink up, rock on." And so, with that in mind, I thought I would do like a quiz, like some trivia that involved music and alcohol. And really, the questions are just mostly like song lyrics.
Okay.
That involve alcohol. So,
cool. All right, nice.
So yeah, I've got 10 questions, and mostly song lyrics, but there's a couple in there that are a bit different. But
all right,
yeah,
cool.
So when you guys are ready and everyone's ready, I will.
So when you vote,
you start.
How is this going to work for? Like, you just blurt it out, or what?
Well, I'll ask the question, and one of you have to answer.
Okay.
I think that's
all right.
Probably.
And
on the buzzer.
Yeah. All right. So what we'll do is here we go. I should get like a fake buzzer thing going and see.
That would be cool.
That would be wild. Anyway, but what we'll do also with this one is we'll get the comments pretty active as we go through this one, because it sounds like it'll be one of those more dynamic ones. So because we move on 3 questions ahead, the guess is going to be way out of whack. So we'll try and keep the audience. So if you're going to answer this one, answer as quick as you can in the comments as well, because we're sort of going to keep moving on. And if it goes out of context, you're going to have to let us know if we move on past you, if you're answering something else. Before we do, Vinny says someone needs to implement charades or Pictionary for a future guessing game. That is not going to work in this format. That's going to be
charades not work. Charades at work for sure.
Oh man!
If
you want to volunteer yourself, fuck. I'm not that coordinated. That could go horribly wrong. I open up the show talking about a great down under my stool here. Like I do the fuck knows if I start doing weird dances. Anyway, with that, Belle, the floor is yours. Give us 10 questions and let's see what happens.
Question 1. Complete this Aussie lyric. Aussie is in Osborne.
Okay.
Wine is fine, but whiskey's
quicker. Yeah. Suicide is slow and quicker. Yeah.
I think
they're all that easy. I kept them very. I haven't gone off on an obscure track. I don't think.
Well, that's probably going to help everyone, dear. So that's going to be nice.
They're pretty good. All right. Which Iron Maiden song has these lyrics? Pull her ear at the bottle top whiskey, dancing disco hop. Now all the boys are after me, and that's the way it's gonna be. Yes, Dave.
Yeah, well done, Dave. I knew it was early.
I was nowhere in.
Well done, Dave.
Oh wow, good one. What kind of sunrise did the Eagles sing about in 1973? Yes, Andrew.
I'll give that one to me. Yeah.
What kind of liquid did Michael Hutchence propose to make wine from in the INXS ballad?
Cheers.
Yes.
Yeah.
These may be a little bit too easy.
No, this is fun though. Kat went tequila as well in the comments just on the previous one before. So I'm keeping on the comments as we go through here. Just keep firing as fast as you can.
I can hold back and
no, that's all right. That was the first reply we had yet. So
everyone play along at home.
Yeah.
Okay, name all 4 alcoholic drinks mentioned in Wasp's Blind in Texas.
Oh, shit.
Fuck, I can't think of one.
Dallas whiskey, I lost my mind. That's whiskey.
Yep.
High shots in Houston. Lost my mind. That's all. I don't know. High balls shots. I don't know what that's a type of whiskey.
Highballs is a type of drink. I said type of drink, so highballs. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I fucked if I can remember the rest. I got 2.
Yeah, that's 2.
How many are there?
Call myself a Wasp fan.
Is there 4? How many are
There's
there?
definitely 4 types of drinks.
So type of drink. So what, like a shot? Would that be?
It could be any type of drink. Like a highball is a mixed drink.
Yeah.
So, or it could, So just any kind of drink.
Liquor? He mentions liquor.
Yeah.
No, it's something that you can down in a car. I suppose you can liquor.
But we've got no more liquor.
It's not liquor.
Ooh.
I'm going the lyrics in my head. I got the song playing.
The funny thing is for me, like
I
like Wasp, but it's not one. I know that this is gonna be sacrilege, but it's not one of my all-time favorite Wasp songs. So I'm like,
me too.
I love that song.
Oh, here we go. Well, here's one. Rowan's got one for us. Blue Heaven Milkshake. We're gonna sugar up.
I might drink that now.
Before or after the whiskey. Okay,
not a good idea to mix.
Shit. Wow. Where? Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna. Vinny's gone Benadryl. I don't know. I don't feel so bad. The audience are out of fucking luck too.
Good. Some of them had to be a little tricky because it's been too easy.
Yeah,
so
you've
far.
done well with this one. You made it.
All right. Just tell me if you want to like pass or give up.
Yeah, I won't get it.
I'm out.
I don't think the lyrics in my head. I can't.
Oh, Chris has gone Moonshine.
Yes, Chris.
There we go.
That is definitely White Lightning Moonshine. Tastes like fire. That's the second line.
Nice. Well done, Chris. You're smarter than the rest of us. Should give you your own show. Because we're fucking... Anyway. Okay, so now what else?
There's one more. There's one more.
There's one more. Do you want the last one or? Do you
let us know.
It's coming through. I think we're out of luck here. So.
All right. So everything starts to spin. Loaded on
gin.
Gin.
Yeah. Well done, Belle. That was a good one. That was sharp. Enjoyed that. That was cool. What we got here? Vinny's on time for charades, Belle.
I might just do that. Maybe next time.
Wow. Okay, this is going to be interesting. All right, keep that in the back of your head.
Great idea, Vinny. That could be fun.
All right, so we're halfway through, are we, Belle?
Yep, up to question 6.
Cool.
Okay. According to Thin Lizzy, where will the boys be on Friday night?
Back in town. Oh. Well.
Yes.
Yeah. I was going to say, fuck, I knew Bar and Grill. I couldn't get the
Dino's.
Well done,
Dave.
Well done, Dave.
Dino's Bar and Grill.
Cat's gone bourbon scotch. I think everyone's still guessing the last ones.
Random alcohols. It's got to be one of them.
Cool. Well, Dave's actually on top so far, so yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I'm not keeping score actually.
I'm just writing down the initials of who's guessed what. Cat's gone, let's disregard. Don't worry, Cat. It's all fun and games.
There's actually a bonus question on that one.
Ooh, okay.
What will happen there at Dino's Bar and Grill?
The boys are going to fight. Boys are going to fight. You better let them.
Well, that didn't happen.
Blood will flow. Drink will flow and blood will spill. And if the boys want to fight, you better.
There you go.
Yes, and
Dave gets the +1.
What else? That counts, but I just had 2 written down because 2 things actually happened. What was the jukebox in the corner blasting out?
Yeah, my favorite songs. The nights are getting hotter. Summer comes.
All right.
There you go.
Well done.
Nice. Well done, Dave. Dave is the king of this right now. He's blitzing
king of this.
Yeah.
Lyrics, dude. I pay attention.
I know you are.
That is true.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Belle.
Right.
Oh, hang on.
Next question.
Before we do, Michael says Andrew doing charades, running software, being ringmaster, beyond multitasking in charades, his head would explode. You have no idea.
You could piss it in.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There's like that Halloween mask I had. That was fucking fun too.
Yeah.
That was
in a
brutal.
Halloween mask.
Yeah, I thought it was
I'm
going to
not doing that.
suffocate. Fuck that. No way.
Imagine
Oh, here we go.
Michael Myers playing charades. That'd be hilarious.
just heavy breathing for everything, you know.
Oh,
Movie.
okay.
Yeah.
This knife hasn't left my desk.
It's still there. Fucking hell.
It's still there, man. Fuck it.
Oh, wow.
All right, I'm going to move on. Question
Yep,
7. What band were too drunk to fuck?
Dead Kennedys?
Yep.
Yes.
Well done,
Wow.
Dave.
I wasn't
knew
expecting
as soon as
to
you said
take
dead, I'm like,
together.
what it is. I knew it. I knew that one. I just
yeah.
didn't get there. Well done, Dave. Dave's going to claim this one.
Never would have
I
got
think
that.
so.
Yep.
All right. What 80s blues rocker prefers to drink alone?
George Thorogood.
Yes.
There you
Well
go,
done,
Jeff. You're on the board.
one.
Nicely done. Okay. Vinny's going to imagine having to do charades to wasps fuck like a beast.
Wow. It could be an interesting.
Is that with or without the Michael Myers mask, just for context? Wow.
Physical
Vinny,
challenge.
send us a video of you fucking demonstrating just how you would do that. Go on.
Oh,
Yeah, how would
no,
you do that,
don't.
Vinny?
Yeah. That might get us kicked off YouTube.
Yeah, it might. Anyway, cool. It's just that I had to throw it in there. All right. Alrighty, continue.
All right.
Before we get
Nearly
further off our
there.
rails.
Question 9. What kind of alcoholic cosmic event did Oasis sing about?
No idea.
Champagne supernova in the sky.
Yes.
Wow, there you go, Jeff.
Yes.
Well done.
Wouldn't have gotten that one.
There you go. Charlie's laughing her ass off, so there we go.
Yeah.
This one.
Maybe we should all demonstrate our version of. No, maybe not.
Fucking like a beast. Is that what you want? Oh, you know what? If you guys are familiar with this, what we should, if it won't happen, but it'd be funny to do it. It'd be like if you've seen Devin Townsend's Lucky Animals music video where everyone sends in bits and pieces and it all gets cut together in the end. It's weird. Look it up. I'll send you guys a link afterward and imagine that in the context of what we're talking about now. Your mind will go, what the fuck? Anyway,
Okay.
oh, hang
Curious.
on. Vinny's gone in 8K Andrew challenge accepted, and Craig's gone, you can't do it, Vinny. So here we go. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to put a special presentation on the show next week, folks.
Challenge
Send it in,
accepted.
Vinny.
Anyway, I think you got one more. Is that right, Bill?
Yes, there's one more.
All right.
And this is actually what sparked the idea when I was drinking. What instrument appears on a bottle of Guinness?
A liar.
No,
Harp.
it's not. Yes.
Is it a harp? Oh, wow.
It's a
Yeah,
harp.
it's a harp.
Oh, it's a harp. Fuck yes.
It's definitely a harp. Yes.
Yep. Nice. That
The
actually
end.
That was cool.
that was cool.
That was good.
Charlie's gone, please. All right. Well, we'll see what happens with Vinny over the week. But that was cool, Bill. That was awesome. Like, I don't know how you do it. I should make you like the ringmaster for all that fucking games. So you go. Like,
Honestly, like I was going through trying to pick out songs. I could have done 20 questions just on whiskey alone. There are that many songs in hard rock and heavy metal about whiskey.
yeah, that was awesome. That was really cool. Just quickly here, fucking hell, Craig's gone even. I'd watch that with Vinny. But Kat said on the more serious note, that was fun, Bell. So there we go. We're getting a lot of love
thanks,
for
Kat.
another one of Bell's quiz
Thanks,
shows
guys.
here. So that was cool. Dave took the reins on that one, which is very well done. So credit to Dave for being the smartest amongst us when it comes to drinking and music. I would actually probably pick no less than on the other side. That's how it works in the
Trying
real
to
world.
catch up.
Yeah, I'm way behind. So we'll see what happens in that regard. But that was well done, Bill. So yeah, actually,
That was cool.
that was a lot of fun. So thank you for bringing another one here.
my
Now, Dave, the bar's been set, man, because you're up next week. So
Yeah. I'm not saying a thing. Just trust me, and hopefully it works. But when I went in for a drink, my first of the night, I was reminded that next week I'm actually off work next week, so I can get as fucked up as I want to, which I probably won't because it can get a lot really, really bad with what I'm planning.
okay.
So yeah, just tune in and watch me make a complete fucking idiot of myself. More so.
Damn.
All right.
That's some clickbait right there.
Next week is clickbait territory. Here we go. We've got Vinny with a dance and Dave with who knows what the fuck's gonna happen. So let's see what happens next week on the show. And Bill just randomly throwing out charades. Why not? Just because we can. All right. We're doing well. Which brings us now to the main event of the evening, folks. To get in the comments, keep it coming. Remember, the question of tonight is, let us know what your favorite John Sykes song is, just to have a bit of fun there with things as we go through.
I can answer that.
Oh, you can? Yeah, please do.
Yeah. Give me all your love.
Ah, nice. Well done. Well done.
Beautiful, beautiful song. Love the solo. It's perfect in my eyes. Nice.
Good choice. Very good choice. Just to change gears slightly, Kat's gone, let's fucking go, Dave. So there we go. Just to change the vibe. Fucking hell.
Awesome.
Yeah. Alrighty. Time for the main event, folks. I'm going to put a couple of links into the comments here. Everything that we're talking about, there's a reference to in the description box. So make sure, unless you're on Facebook, because fuck Facebook.
Fuck Facebook.
Fuck Facebook. It just doesn't work anymore. It's really useless, unfortunately.
Send us a video of you fucking Facebook.
Well, yes, that'd be nearly up there with Vinny and his fucking charade.
Fuck like a beast.
Yeah, fuck Facebook like a beast. Anyway, wow. This is getting dark. But yeah, so yeah, Facebook. We're streaming to Facebook for now, but I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to keep trying to do that, to be honest. Anyway, we'll see how we go. So basically, as you know, we do a King of the Riff. We have a battle every week. And last week was the one where we set the table for this season and a few things going on. We've got a lot of rounds sorted out. Did a bunch of picking. I think we're all pretty happy overall with the album list we've come together. And we all said in the chat afterwards that we felt pretty good about how things played out for ourselves behind the scenes. So now we did what we thought was good for us and good for everyone. And we thought, okay, cool, we'll pick some albums, seed them out and have some fun. First round is Beautiful Sin, The Unexpected from 2006. Going up against them, Crooked Vultures, self-titled from 2009. Those are references reference tracks in the comments and the description box if you're checking those things out. Basically, we do this one and we see how this all plays out. Before we get stuck in it, Michael's gone, really enjoyed listening to Beautiful Sin. You're not alone there. I'm pretty confident on that one. We'll see how things go in the overall poll. We do this. We compare with the audience having their result. We have our result, and we'll see what sort of way this plays out as the weeks go on. But for now, we're all in tandem, in sync with each other. So basically, those two albums going head to head. As usual, we go through, pick a winner, and see how we go against the audience. And I'm going to randomly draw who goes first, and it's going to be Belle to kick us off on the battle for this week. So how'd you go? Your thoughts and your winner, please.
All right. So power metal versus alt rock. The albums came out only 3 years apart, yet they sound worlds apart.
Yeah.
Both albums have guitars, drums, singing. One of the things that I've come to love about these battles, music in general, I guess you could say, is that very different musical styles get pitted up against each other, and I have to think about that. And it's
a good little challenge we found for ourselves doing this.
Yeah, I love the way that, I don't know, things just like chord choices and melody, audio output, production can just make really the same things that people are doing sound so different. Yeah. It's like the outcomes are greater than the sum of their parts.
That's a really good point, Belle. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yep.
I don't know. I got thinking about that. Anyway, enough of that whimsical tangent. So although I hadn't heard either of these albums, I did really have a prior appreciation to both styles of music that these albums represented, and I did enjoy both albums. Beautiful Sin, representing melodic, synth-infused, very European-sounding of things. And then Crooked Vultures, giving me the alt, hard rock, blues, and musical quirkiness and surprises. So I was half dreading Beautiful Sin because I kept seeing the words power metal come up when I was reading about the project. And thankfully it wasn't the kind that I can't stand.
That's a good start.
Phew. This is definitely a great example of musicians putting their creativity to work and trying something different to the norm, in this case with great success. There were elements of power metal, but it definitely had a sound of its own that I actually couldn't easily label, but whatever it was enjoyable. The guitar work on this album was fantastic. The singer had a really great voice. And I think she went a ways to giving it more of a rock vibe than perhaps a more traditional sounding power metal vocalist would.
Definitely grittier, yeah.
Just that bit of rasp in her voice, and I guess her melody choices even, but definitely more classic rock than power metal, in my opinion. Lots of variety in the collection of songs, ballads, rockers, happy songs, sad songs, instrumentals, very classically inspired song that had quite a cinematic vibe. And a song called The Beautiful Sin that features chickens and roosters, which is wide open to open to interpretation there. And then you have Them Crooked Vultures. You can hear Josh Homme here immediately. It was like Queens of the Stone Age on cocaine. The upbeat rock influence of Grohl. Is it?
Anyway, some might say it was a little bit into the summer. Anyway, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you.
Fucking so bad. But anyway.
losing my shit here. Where am I? Yeah. So for Grohl's upbeat rock influence plays into Holmes' more droney style in a cool way, I thought. Then, of course, there were songs like New Fang, which had John Paul Jones's fingerprints all over it, I thought. That song was like if Led Zeppelin were a band in 2009. I reckon that's what they could have sounded like.
Wow, big call.
And that and Reptiles. I thought that song and Reptiles were like really Zeppelin-y, but definitely with a modern twist.
Definitely groovy.
One criticism I have on this album is that I found it a bit long, and I didn't feel that about Beautiful Sin. So a few factors come into play when deciding who to pick. How catchy was each song, giving a better overall impression of the album. And given these were projects, how much of their creative energy did these musicians put into these projects? I'd like to think they were going for it. The license to tap into less explored territory being there. Yep. And of course, which one would I be more likely to reach for again?
It's the tried and true on that one.
That's it. That's really what it just comes down to. Yep. So Beautiful Sin, although modern sounding, are more akin to what I listened to in my teens.
Yep.
And Them Crooked Vultures, very much what I was enjoying in my 20s, amongst other things, of course. Yep. But I might go back to my roots with this battle and pick Beautiful Sin because it combines not only my past, my sort of first love, but also my current love of music. I think not that it was like Nightwish, but it had that kind of, Euro symphonic-y type keyboard influence.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just
there
are elements of it, of what I really just appreciate about music or some music at the moment. So, that's my pick.
Cool.
Good job.
Sorry, that was a bit long. I didn't realize.
All good. I leave the most time for this segment for a reason. I thought that was good, Belle. I thought that was really nice.
Okay, good.
I do carve out the most time for this segment. There's a reason for why I set out. If you look at the time map that I give you guys every week, you'll see that there's most time for this one.
Belle, I got to say, your reviews tonight have been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
All of them. Like the Backyard Banger, your song of the week, it's been fucking great.
Yep. Nailing it.
Thanks, Dave.
Well done.
Appreciate it.
Agree.
Insightful, fun. Good job.
Yeah. That's the point, isn't it? That's what it's all about. So, no, Belle is going to be man of the match tonight, I think. Let's see how things go. The rest of us trying to keep up.
You're not a real man.
No. Well, probably thankful they're not as far as she's concerned too, I would imagine. But anyway,
I identify as a man tonight, so that counts.
That works.
Boys are back in town now. Fucking hell. I did before. I'm just going to go through comments as we go through. I'm going to go next, but I'm going to go through comments first. Michael said, really enjoyed listening to Beautiful Sin. I said that before. Rowan said, though, I suggested the idea of best single album releases. Well done to you. This is our one album wonder series. And Beautiful Sin was specifically the project I was thinking at the time. It's one of my all-time favorite albums. Always wish they had released more. Well, there you go. You're getting your wishes mine. Let's see how we go.
Thanks,
Will it go through?
Rowan.
It's a great idea. I'm glad it was put through. I forget what challenge it was, but Vinny challenge accepted Dave. So there we go. What the
fuck did I do?
I don't know. Rowan has followed up with saying it's essentially a Uli Kush solo project in collaboration with friends he had worked with over the years, mostly people from Halloween and Masterplan. Yes, it was, but there were some cool people in this one. Michael's here saying, hey all, sucks I just finished work, haven't been able to watch it tonight. You can catch up later on, but it's good to have you here whenever you do get here. I hope you get to
We gotta get drunk, dude. It's been too long.
It's been a fun one tonight. It's been really good. Rowan says, my favorite notes from Bell tonight was that line was half printed at the top of the blank page. Chef's kiss. Top of the show. Oh, that's great.
Thanks for my finest work,
Rowan. Bell. So like I said, Bell is definitely taking it home tonight. All right. Yes. My turn on this battle here. Again, it is Beautiful Sin versus mCrooked Vultures. Two very different albums. Both also show off their respective sort of pedigrees exceptionally well, both unique but yet familiar at the same time. If you know the bands or the people involved in these particular groups, you'll get an immediate sort of understanding of what's going on, but you'll also get this big melting pot vibe from both bands, which is really cool. Bell mentioned with Crooked Vultures, for example, you can hear Josh Homme, but I think you can hear Dave Grohl drumming. His influence on those songs is fucking there from beginning to end too. So everyone's got their little, same with Uli and the way the guitars, like all the different people, but I've got another point to make on a particular vocalist in this mix as well. Beautiful Sin really leans into the metal side of things. I'm definitely not taking Man of Ash tonight. Magali Luton, I believe it's pronounced. If I'm wrong, I apologize, is one hell of a vocalist. Now, it's funny in the whole, power metal, symphonic metal. Most people like think of, Simone Simons or Floor Jansen or any other ones, but I think this one, her vocal is more akin to someone like Doro Pesh. And I think this style of music, it works exceptionally well. She has some great pipes. Fuck, her vocals are fantastic. Great riffs, great solos. This is everything you want out of power metal, quote unquote, but it's got some dark twists and turns along the way too. This is a grittier style. It's got your happy stuff, but there's some real grit in this as well. And for me, it was captivating from beginning to end. Even the fucking rooster moment, I was like, what? Oh, hang on. But somehow it works. I don't know how they did that, but it works. And I'm glad that, this whole thing, Rowan put this whole idea forward and it's become what we picked it to be and all this sort of stuff. And it's just gone incredibly well. And this was one I hadn't heard yet. And I'm glad that it sort of made the final bunch in the end because I'm stoked to have listened to it. I think it's a fantastic album. It's a ripping release. I think we found a new one here that I can go back to quite often. It's got everything you want. It's melodic, light and shade in this one. It's got great grit and beauty, riffs, rhythm, solos, melody, hooks, the whole lot. The drama is fantastic. It's all great songwriting performances. The whole album is a journey too. It's not a one-trick pony. While there's the obligatory note about the opening track versus The Departed from Halloween, which I might dare say I like this version more.
No, lyrics of Halloween are much better.
But something about this one, I thought the note choices, the composition was, I liked it more, man. Sorry. Anyway, Dave and I'll get into it later on that one. But anyway, I enjoyed it a lot. There's you've even got instrumental tracks in this one too, which work really nicely. There's slow and fast stuff. There's a bit of everything, even like the chicken noises. Somehow it all makes sense. It flows. It's a great album from beginning to end. Flip the switch, go over to mCrooked Vultures, and it's much more on the rock side of things by comparison. I think they'll put a rise of the alternative rock kind of vibe thing, which again makes perfect sense when you look at the lineup. What an amazing melting pot of all their styles, like I said before. They've really made this work, and it's so easy to see why this one cut through when and how it did, but also why it's still so revered today. Like, this album is incredibly well loved out there, and the monthly listens are still going. Whenever these guys play a live show, it always goes off. Like, this band, this particular outfit, they just keeping on. Unlike a lot of the other ones we're going to have in this series, this one just is one of those ones that always has life, even though it's got one album only. Slight footnote, it's cool to see these albums, like Bell mentioned, close in year release too. It's actually nice to have that. Usually a lot of these ones find ourselves with a bit of a kind of couple of decades gap. This one's nice, and that actually kind of fits. Just a little side note there. But back to this album, it's damn infectious. It's got great riffs, great hooks. The energy is great too. And like the other albums, or the album in this battle, I should say, there's great performances and writing across the board. The sound is... this round is a great start to this particular season and a good start to the year as far as I'm concerned, because I was happy listening to both. There's so much collective talent on display that just works well. The groove on Crooked Vultures is undeniable. What the fuck? It's completely irrepressible. You can't not get swept up in that groove. It's a slightly gritty approach overall in the mix, which I think suits the style nicely as well. Again, different mixing to both these albums. Everything is different, but they somehow are fun to listen to both of them. Yeah, there's a great contrast between both these albums, and this is another damn solid album, the Crooked Vultures, that I'm more familiar with this one than Beautiful Sin, but it's just another genuine one. A genuine joy to deep dive into once again for the first time in a long time for this album in particular. This is where it gets interesting. For those playing along at home, Mr. The Righteous Dude, I know you've joined us on streams sometimes and you comment on a lot of our posts on YouTube a lot. If you see this, I'm about to basically echo your sentiment in the comment you gave us. You and I are on the same wavelength here, and credit to you for actually going out of your way to listen to both albums and put that in the comment you left behind on YouTube as well. So credit where due. That I did put in the video that don't just make an assumption based on what you know. Listen to both of them back to back, because it might be a closer battle than you might expect. And this is why, and Righteous Dude actually went and did it and put a comment in according to that one. As much as these are both great albums, one of these is more one-dimensional than the other one. And considering it goes for quite a bit longer than the other, that doesn't help its case in this battle. One of those ones where you've got a genuine journey. Well, one of these ones was a more genuine journey. It was a more complete album, quote unquote, overall for mine. The other one, while great, is a bit bloated and feels like a bit of a jam band getting carried away with things without an edit button.
Yes.
So that's my... It's all good. Don't get me wrong.
100% yes.
Okay, well, I'm glad Dave's on the same page. I'll happily listen to both of these again, but the time and place that when you put these ones back to back against each other, there's a definite contrast difference there, and it does make you... They're both good, but you have to pick a winner. And this is why, for me, the vote goes to the leaner, meaner album that is genuinely more capable of locking me in from beginning to end. The other, while a great album, allows me to drift a bit too easily, especially in the second, third, even though it finishes really strongly. My winner goes to the one that was a little more, dare I say, unexpected. So Beautiful Sin, the unexpected, gets my vote on this one. So well done, Rowan. So far, you're 2 on 2.
That was unexpected.
And then we'll see what happens. I'm going to go to Dave in a second, but comments first. Michael says, I pray, Bell, that Chucky is all okay and did not get lost in the movers. I cannot see him. So people are missing
no. Well, I better rectify that.
Oh, she's going to go and get it now. Get Chucky.
Chucky lives. Chucky lives.
Chucky. There we go. There's Chucky. Are you happy now, Michael? There we go. We got Chucky back.
There he is. He's here.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
That, with the light in, I don't know if you can see it in your screen, Bell, with the light reflecting back, those eyes look fucking wicked. That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
They're almost glowing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the blue screen effect.
He hasn't killed me yet. I was a bit nervous after I locked him in a box for, I don't know, quite a few weeks. I was nervous to let him out. But
I imagine.
He behaved. Did he say,
like genuinely, the thought crossed my mind, like, oh, fuck, he's going to be pissed off.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, Michael. You got your answer there. Rowan says Maggie Luton to her friends. I don't know her, so I'm not going to claim that. She has a hit on a lot of area on releases after this album came out, especially on live ones too, which has been cool to see. Rowan also said, I love both versions of the opening track. I wouldn't kick either out of bed, threesome all night long when it comes to the versions of the same song. It's about the song. Jolie says, I'm scared to watch the series. Well, let's see what happens next week. Michael's gone, yay, Bell. So there you go. And Rowan says, have you done something with your hair, Bell? Oh, that's Chucky. We covered that last week, man. Now. We covered that last week. All right. We're all caught up. Dave, your thoughts. I'm pretty sure I know where you're going, but let's see.
Yeah, Captain Obvious. mCrooked Vultures, raw, riff-driven rock and roll, shades of stoner rock and garage rock. neither of which I'm big fans of. This is the type of album I can put on and listen to in one go without paying particular attention to any one song over the other, because they tend to just blur into each other. It's okay to listen to if I'm doing something else. If I'm consciously listening to this, my attention tries to escape. I just can't fucking focus on this riff-driven stuff. I know people think solos are wank, but if you're just playing the fucking riff over and over, my mind goes. It doesn't give me enough to pay attention to. The album starts off good because it's something fresh initially, and there are some parts that just overstay their welcome. As you mentioned, they need a fucking edit button.
Yeah,
the song Elephants, that's the first one where I really just start to lose it. It starts off okay, then it just gets fucking boring. Long songs are cool. It goes for about 6 minutes. If something happens, where it's just the same fucking dreary shit. Yeah, I can play some riffs. Man. Fucking great. What else can you do? I'm fucking falling asleep. As the album goes on, it really struggled to keep my attention. An EP of the first 4, maybe 5 songs would have been cool, but fuck me, it's got like 14 songs here.
I think are worth it too, man. I think
they might have been, but I couldn't get there. I put this on so many times. It's just like, fuck, really?
I like a lot, yeah. But anyway, I get what you're saying. I made the comment, so yeah.
Fucking Josh Homme with his fucking. He was in Caius, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
That explains a fucking lot. They suck. Beautiful Sin. Now, I came across Beautiful Sin a couple of months ago by mistake on Spotify. I put on their album, and this thing comes on like, holy shit, that's The Departed from Halloween. Yeah. The Dark Ride is one of my favorite Halloween albums, and that's one of my favorite songs, The Departed. And it was like, oh, what the fuck? But then I did some research, and it's the drummer. Apparently, he wrote it. But yeah, the Halloween lyrics are much, much, much better than this. It fits this vibe of this album, but that's that's Halloween still being fun, but dark.
Yeah, but that Dark Ride album is fucking good though too. It's a lot. It's a grittier album.
That album has my fucking funeral songs on it. Yeah, 2 of them.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Good. And this also has the guitarist from Pagan's Mind, who's also in Northwood, with Floor Jensen. Yeah. Once I got over the first song and progressed, I found a lot to enjoy here. There's lots of upbeat major key metal, somewhere between symphonic metal and power metal, without being locked into the cliches of either genre. Yes. It's a diverse album with various moods, styles, and tempos. Great sounding album. Riffs are awesome. The keys fill out everything perfectly. Guitar solos are really interesting and not just wanking shredding. It's fucking, they fit the songs. Especially, this is not an original Dream. That solo just fucking comes. That's like a rock solo in the power metal style. And how you bring those two together, it fucking works. Songs are catchy. The singer has a great voice. Overall, they're pretty good albums, but fuck, it's an easy win. Beautiful Sin. And it kept my attention for the entire length of the album on multiple spins. And going back to them Crooked Vultures just seemed like a chore. So easy. Beautiful Sin.
Fair enough. All good. Which means, Jeff, even though we've got a decision that's already made, we're still going to get your thoughts and see if you're a contrarian or if we're going to have a sweep. So over to you.
Sure. Look, I was going to write something, and I thought, I can't, there wasn't enough in either of these bands that made me want to write a novel.
Wow.
But having said that,
okay,
let me explain.
Yep.
So now, before I get into the meat of my fucking argument or my discussion, I'm a bit of a nerd, right? So I like nerdy things. I like movies, and I noticed Bell's got Maiden, Whitesnake, but there's something there, and it reminds me. Don't tell me that poster thing or something you've got behind me. Is that the fucking cover of The Exorcist?
Yes.
Boom! Yes, I am fucking a legend.
Holy shit! How the fuck did you do that?
I just recognized the print.
It's well done.
And
wow.
I there's something about and it was just
I'm assuming you've got it like full screen for you at the moment, because there's no way I'm doing it in my little corner of the screen here because I've got everything else going on.
He's just got it from the. And,
I know.
And,
wow.
And the side.
I mean, now that I look at it, I can kind of see it, but fucking well done.
All right,
well done.
All right, well, thank you. Sorry, I just couldn't help myself. I'm like, that's not rock, and I'm a geek. Yeah.
No, I know. I haven't been able to put up all my pictures. I haven't had time, but I've got heaps of movie posters. Anyway, sorry.
I stapled that thing up for like 5 minutes before we went live.
We watched you do it.
I've got video of me doing it. It didn't work that well. Don't worry. Barely holding on.
All right. All right, so I'll put you guys out of your misery. So, for me, the hallmark of any any good album, just for me, this is just me speaking,
Yep.
is an album that I can listen to more than once. There's an earworm. There's something in the fucking album that I like. Maybe it can be just one song. It's enough to make me go, oh, that's cool and memorable.
Yeah.
Fucking John Paul Jones couldn't save this fucking album from being mediocre at best. It's just monotonous. It doesn't go anywhere. It's the same. Yeah. I understand what it's trying to do. I try to think, but it was just, to me, this is not a hate review. It's not a bad album.
Yeah,
but it's like monotone.
It's boring.
It's actually, I think that
it's really fucking boring.
I understand what everyone's saying. It'd be interesting though, because they're so different in styles. If we'd have had two albums closer together,
maybe
how that would have changed the opinion on one.
Two albums like them Crooked Vultures.
I think David died. Yeah.
So for me, there just wasn't enough there to sink my teeth into and make me want. I've heard it before, but there wasn't enough to make me want to go, oh yeah, I remember this is a great album. No, I get all the individual parts. You know, I don't mind him as a vocalist. He's not bad, and I like Dave Grohl, and of course I love John Paul Jones. But
a good song.
You know, there's something about this, and maybe that's why they only did one album. Maybe it was just like, nah, this isn't working. I don't know. I don't know the reason. Maybe they did. But having said that, the flip side of the coin here, Beautiful Sin. Never heard of these guys. I put them on from that opening guitar riff. I'm like, oh, this is nice. This is really cool. Cranked it up, and then I didn't know what to expect. I got some really cool vocals. I was like, okay, I'm liking this. Because I went in with no expectations. Unfortunately, damn Crooked Vultures, I had lots of expectations, and none of them were good. So that kind of flavored my, because I'd heard it before and thought, it's what it is, but it's not for me. It's not something I would listen to unless I had a gun to my head, and I kind of did. So I listened to this.
Wow.
It was, but Beautiful Sin. Wow, I was very pleasantly surprised with what we got. I don't know if you. I don't think they. To me, it doesn't come across really as power metal, even though that's kind of what they're.
I know.
Yes.
I put it as more melodic metal, just melodic metal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
there's some elements of power in symphonic, but
there's elements in there for sure. There's elements in there, but but like I was just like, okay, I can't really pigeonhole them into that. Yeah, I just liked what I heard, and I listened to this a couple times, and the second time was even more enjoyable than the first. And I can't say the same thing for Crooked Vultures. That was. Sorry. Look, for those people who love the album, I understand. It is what it is. Yeah. But it's just like, there's just something about it that's very.
This is stretched too thin. It's stretched too thin. If they had condensed it more,
maybe
the good bits.
Short.
It feels like a rubber band being stretched to breaking point.
Yeah, maybe. And look, I give me Queens of the Stone Age any day over these. I just think it's a much more melodic band, and they've got melody and groups. And I can remember the songs, from Queens of the Stone Age, getting off on a tangent, that I can remember now. Yeah, I've just listened to this album, and there's not one fucking song I can remember. Not one.
That's a bit. I can't remember a fucking thing I heard. I heard this album a few times this week.
Oh. Exactly. So look, I just wanted to. I was going to write that down. I thought, no, I could just say this and get the exact same thing out.
Cool. That makes sense.
So it should be no surprise then. Beautiful Sin for me. I love the production on this, the sound, everything about it. The rock, the guitar, it was brilliant. It was really, really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot, and I would definitely go back and listen again. Absolutely. So, Beautiful Sin gets my vote.
Guess what? We're all going to be listening to it again because it goes through for us.
There we go.
So there we go.
Excellent.
Now for the people at home,
complete opposites of the audience, aren't we?
And fucking hate us on this one. Please, before you add us online, listen to both albums back to back, so you get the context of how we did things, and then make your decision. And if you still hate us afterward, that's fine. But actually, just make the effort of listening to both albums back to back, because it will. Hope if you get the same thing we got, because the reason why I say this is because the audience went a completely different direction to us. It was a landslide. There was about 70% of the vote went to them Crooked Vultures on the audience vote of things. So we've gone different from round one. The audience went one way, we've gone this way. So my legs went that way, my head went that way. And so are you with HBA? But we're not sponsored by them. But anyway, Fuck, I'm pulling up the stupid shit tonight.
That's the kid. That kid.
Yeah, that's the kid.
Oh, that
And
was a
then he hit me in the
brilliant
car,
ad. That was a
penis,
brilliant ad.
And then my legs went that way, and my head went that way.
That kid
That's
is
a
awesome.
classic TV ad.
Probably not a kid anymore.
No, he's not. Fuck no. He'd be probably an adult with kids of his own now. As long as he's still at his parts. But that's why I'm saying just don't add us from the audience side of things. Don't add us until you've listened to both albums back to back. I think that adds a lot of context to how we've got to this conversation point here. But we'll see. Audience says, all right, here we go. Rowan says, Dave, is If I Could Fly one of those songs, funeral songs?
Yes, it is. You win.
Wow.
Yes.
Well done, Rowan.
Absolutely. Has been for over 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I fucking love that song. So that's the song I want to depart the earth with.
Nice. Here we go. BP is here. Good to see you. Rest in peace, John Sykes. We did cover that at the top of the show. We will have more. I'll have something to say on that in a second. But yes, no, well done there on that one. So right. Craig says, spot on, Dave. My exact sentiments on Vultures. Queens of the Stone Age leave the same impression to this day. I still struggle to find where the fuck John Paul Jones fits in. Yeah. Which is okay. Cool.
They must have bribed him.
Hang on, Michael. We could have a lot of fun. A game. Create Dave's funeral songs playlist.
A bit dark.
Go on. Get in Discord. And what song should I get played? And I'll tip yes or no.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you want to play it in Discord, jump on, folks.
You could do another list. Which songs would make Dave want to kill himself?
Oh God. This is a dark week coming up.
Very dark.
What the fuck? Quickly here, what do we got? David's here saying, "G'day, all. Good to see you, man. You're coming at the right time." Good to see you, David. Craig says, "Did Dave just say he heard Vultures a few times this week? Must be growing on him." I think that's a lot of sarcasm.
I try and be thorough with the job that I have to do.
Yeah. Oh no, we all had to do it, so it is the homework assigned. Jolie's gone, love that ad, which we did. She did correct it. Yeah. So okay, we all know the ad. Rowan says, yeah, I love If I Could Fly too. So there we go.
Such a great song.
Craig says,
and I saw it live. They played it when I saw Halloween in Melbourne 10 years ago.
Oh, nice.
Fuck yeah. Cool. My God, that was a cool moment.
Craig's gone time warp number one. I'm assuming that's songs that make Dave want to die.
Yeah,
that's one. And Michael's gone, whoever's closest wins Dave Judges. So there we go. We'll see what happens in that regard. You guys can have fun in Discord with that as you go through. All right, next week's battle is a bit of fun, and this is why I say it's going to be a hard week for some of us, because it is Derek and the Dominoes, Layla and other assorted love songs versus Sex Pistols. Never mind the bollocks here. Sex Pistols.
Very interesting.
This is, if you think this week's battle was two different styles, we're about to fuck that up. Christ. Dave, I'm pretty sure this will be the only one that'll be horrible for you. So I'm pretty confident.
I reckon, but fuck. One of the worst bands of all time versus one of the most overrated guitar players of all time.
Yeah. Well, look, I put these bands forward and these albums,
Jeff's like,
okay, thanks, Jeff.
Well, we'll see what happens. All right. So that's next week. We'll have all the usual stuff, a guessing game from Dave, or who in the hell. At least, Dave, you got that to look forward to. All right, you got your game to look forward to next week.
I'm looking forward to it.
For you, but
yeah.
We'll have another round of Hot Rocks and all the usual stuff going on as well. Just make sure you like, follow, subscribe. There's links to us in the description box. You know what to do. Go find us and do all that sort of stuff. Set up a new webpage for that kind of thing too. So just sort of keep up to date with all that there via that little link tree I've got set up there. Fucking hell. Vinny's gone, skip that battle and do charades, Dave.
I am not doing charades.
Vinny, you've got to do your 8K video first anyway, Mr. Fucking Challenges. You've got challenges of your own. So anyway, all right. Now we get to the fun part of the show where we start to wrap things up. Here we go. We have changed the way we close the show out. We pointed that out last week. We're not going to harp on about it. We've changed the end of the show to where we raise a glass, where we celebrate something or someone or whatever. It can be music, it can be person, whatever we want to end the show on a high note. So let's see who goes first. And Dave, what are you raising a glass to this week?
30 years ago in high school, my canteen used to have cheese-flavored popcorn. Woolworths have Cobb's cheese-flavored popcorn, and it's fucking fantastic.
Wow.
I had to try and hide it for myself. I can't just go to the snack drawer. I have to get a stepladder and go to the cupboard up top because I can't stop eating this shit. It's so fucking good. I have to actually make the effort to go get it.
That's
so
phenomenal.
I open the packet and I'm like, oh my God, I really cannot. I literally cannot stop putting fucking handfuls of this shit in my mouth.
I tell you,
it's so good.
I agree with Dave.
Bob's
100%.
cheese flavored popcorn. Woolworths have it on sale for like $1.75. And I fucking hate Woolworths and that company. I worked for Big W for years. I'm actually plugging them. Spend money. Go get it. It's good.
There you go. There's a glass razor. Fucking well done. That's awesome. All right. There we go. First snack where Dave has to actually go and make it harder for himself, treat himself like a toddler to try and keep himself away from them. So well done. Right? It's the same trick you used to do with the kids. Anyway, Belle, you're up next. What are you raising your glass to this week?
Oh, well, mine is a little less lighthearted and possibly the same as yours, Andrew. I don't know. Maybe. I have a feeling. Yep. But I'd like to raise a glass to the legend, John Sykes, and his beautiful music.
Yep.
My particular little special memory of his music is he kept me company on the way to my first job every morning on the train from Croxton Station to the city. I worked in like a little cafe there, and I was obsessed with Whitesnake's 1987.
Yeah.
And I just used to play it every morning. And his guitar playing was just something special. So anyway,
he really was.
He's your legend. Yeah.
Cheers.
He was. Cheers.
Nicely done.
Cheers.
Well done, Bill. I don't think any of us will be able to put it better than that, but we'll see. Jeff, what are you raising a glass to this week?
Now, Cold Sweat. I didn't pick a song. Cold Sweat from the Thin Lizzy Thunder and Lightning album.
Cool.
That fucking opening melody is fantastic.
Nice one, man. That's a good one. That's a very good one.
Dave, if you like the cheese, try they've got chocolate as well. Oh my gosh. They are
but they have some salted caramel, and I refuse to have anything to do with salted caramel.
I know. Someone bought them. They brought them the chocolate, right? And I was like,
I want to try the salt and vinegar. Salt and vinegar, because we had salt and vinegar back in high school as well.
Are the best.
Yeah. I need that shit, but they didn't have it at fucking Woolworths.
Usually don't popcorn, not the show hosts. But anyway,
I want to try the chocolate though. It's on my list.
The chocolate's really, really good.
As long as it's not salted chocolate.
No, they're not salted. Nope.
All right, cool.
It's like a powdered chocolate on the outside. It's not like like they're dipped in chocolate. It's really quite interesting.
All right, cool. Do you know what shit though? The Doritos that were coffee flavored last year, they're gone. I can't get them. They were really good.
I thought they were good too.
I live in the middle of Doritos items up here. So.
Anyway, sorry. There was no way I could not raise a glass to the great and mighty John Sykes. When I saw that, it was something that it was a very sad moment, and I have memories of him going back to Tigers of Pantang way back. And then of course Thin Lizzy and Whitesnake. Whitesnake would have been my favorite era from him. The album Slide It In, the US version is, you can listen to the original, the UK version, and it's good, but then there's something about the US version that just stratosphere. It's just so much better. There's so much energy. Everything about it is just better. And of course, the '87, album as well. The idea that David Coverdale actually fired that entire band after that. Like, are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is going on there?
Yeah,
I don't know, but look, it was a bad move. But that then going on to Blue Murder and stuff like that, and Valley of the Kings, really, really amazing musician, great guitar player. One of my favorites, I guess, and he'd be sorely missed. And so, cheers.
Agree. Here.
Cheers.
I will obviously do the same in a second, but quickly before I do that, Jodie's coming home on Wednesday, so I'm going to raise a glass to Jodie finally coming back.
Nice.
It'll be Jodie. She left on the 29th of December. She's coming back on the 29th of January, so I'm missing my wife in place shortly. So I'm going to raise a glass to that first and foremost. But the other side of the coin is, I'm going to do the obligatory here and just quickly, I can't put it more eloquently than it's been done already, but just to John Sykes. Well done. while you've gone, you've left one hell of a legacy, and the best part is that all of us get to listen to it for many, many more years to come, as we all would want to and choose to do. And funnily enough, when you look back at the years of doing the show, Dave, you will appreciate this one a lot as well. When you look back at how many albums he's been a part of, what we talked about on the show over the years, it's a pretty impressive career when you start thinking about just the pure numbers of it. So, well done, John Sykes. Life well lived. Yes. It went too soon, but we've all got something to remember you by, and that's the best any of us can hope for. So, there we go. Raising a glass, John Sykes. There we go. Let's get some final comments in and get on with it. What do we got? Dave, they're a staple for me. Let's go back to your little your butter, your popcorn thing there. Yeah. He's gone sweet chili and lima moorish also. Wow, here we go. Craig says I had some coffee Doritos today.
They're so fucking good.
Everyone's got the monkeys
he's got
now.
A stash.
Oh, there we go. Wow, here we go. Vinny's got the comment here. He's gone, however, don't waste your time with Coke flavored Oreos of post nut clarity.
They're not good. They're not good.
What's post nut clarity? I don't understand, Vinny.
No, I don't.
Please explain, Vinny.
I'm not sure I want to understand.
I don't want to answer.
What it means.
I don't.
I don't want to explain it here. Crazy laughing his ass. Like, when you have that sex ed conversation with your kids, that's what this is going to feel like when I explain to you what this is. But anyway.
Okay. I'm curious. I want to know.
All right. Well, we'll do it after. All righty. On that note, thank you one and all for jumping in. Thank you for having some fun with us tonight. Hopefully you enjoy the show whenever you watch it or tune in, whenever you do so. Thank you for spending some time with us. Hopefully you've had some fun with us. Joel's gone raising my glass too. Yeah, it's well worth raising a glass to that one. Not to the post nut clarity, but to the John Sykes, I presume. Kat is saying, have a great week all. Great show tonight. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for joining us. What did you do?
Who?
What?
Dave's having his own post nut clarity now.
No, I'm just no, I have not had a post nut clarity. Fuck's sake! I had a mind moment of clarity, but can we just close the show for?
All right, we'll close the show. All right, we'll see you next week. Raising a glass of John Sykes. Yeah, Vinny. There we go. It means regret after losing your load, basically. So there you go.
Yes.
Oh,
really?
Yes, it does.
Would you
it's like
that.
Because you might sober up. You might sober up a little bit and have a good look. And you're like, what the fuck did I just do?
Yeah.
Post nut clarity.
Where you put it. Not what you did, but it's where you did it. That's
not necessarily. You have that moment of sobriety afterwards. You're like, what the fuck did I just do?
Yeah. So there we go. We've had the conversation now. There we go, kids.
Do I have to chew off my fucking
so bad.
There's a sex ed conversation for this week, folks. Courtesy of Vinny. Thank you very much for that. Who wants to also have a fucking that comment earlier on? He's got to send a video through to us for. Otherwise,
send it through.
Combine both, Vinny. Fuck like a beast and have a post nut clarity.
But anyway. Oh fuck, we're not going to get better than that. I think we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining in. We're going to, I don't know what the fuck's happening next, but anyway, thank you to Jeff beside me on the screen. Thank you to once again for jumping in. To Dave underneath in the opposite corner to me on the screen, thank you so much. And the bell underneath. Thank you so much to you guys for hanging around. Thank you guys watching at home. We'll see you all again, same time, place next week. That new time being 8:30 p.m. Melbourne time. We'll see you all then. Until then, as always, folks, you know what to do. I'm Andrew. We'll see you soon. Until next time, drink up. Rock on, folks. Catch you in a bit.
Cheers.